I feel so scrumptious.
Goody for you. You know when you kiss a boy for the first time and it feels like your entire body is on vibrate?
Yeah? It's that good.
Well, that's nice. Me, I'm still a little bit depressed about, the giant smoldering funeral pyre in the middle of town.
MoveOn.org, needy. It's over.
Okay.
Life is too short to be moping around
About some white trash pig roast.
Hey guys,
What?
I'm Dylan.
I'm Camille.
I'm Jordan.
Still, we're still all of these same people
Mm.
so far.
Hard to believe.
What's
'cause
one of
we're
you?
so cool.
What?
What?
Okay. Perfect.
Elk Valley, 10 killer Pilsner. Just as tasty coming up as it is going down.
Ugh,
Am I right,
God.
ladies? I'm just kidding. That was just a burp, and it was no wet burp.
It's gross. This week on Black Hat Horror, we're talking about the now cult classic, Jennifer's Body, written by Juno's Diablo Cody. This film was marketed to fans of Juno and young dudes trying to see some Megan Fox side boob. Turns out, not the right move, and it only took 10 years for people to give a shit about this film, including me. This 2-hour feast of...
We own it.
Yeah, no, I didn't really... I was just like, I was one of those guys. Just TBH. Until we watched some interviews with Megan Fox, and you strode me away from the intro, Camille.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So this 2-hour feast of goths, nerds, and jocks is a look into how Diablo Cody saw herself versus who she truly is. A sacrifice that was Megan Fox's homage to the way she felt the film industry was treating her. And the weirdness that is you growing apart from your best friend and the occult section of the school library. Hold on tight, folks. A new shitty indie band is coming to town.
Woo!
Mm-hmm.
Woo! Eyeliner and all.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't it like the bass player in that band is like a guy who perpetually has eyeliner on? Was that the guy that you were looking up?
No, the guy that I was talking about was the emo kid. Yep, lost it. Like the My Chemical Romance sort of
Right.
guy.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he was more like the used looking or whatever, but
It's like I don't know so much about, like the used. I would probably say more MCR.
right.
Or American Idiot Green Day.
Sure.
The used I don't think really went to the we're gonna dress like the Beatles but lame.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was out of high school at that point.
Well, Jordan, you were.
Yeah, I would say he's more of that American Idiot Green Day style than MCR. Because
Yeah.
as a fan of MCR myself,
Same.
that was not like... That was more of the hot topic, like all black with the baby pins all everywhere.
The safety pins?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The
and-
baby. Don't put safety pins in your babies, folks.
Well, I mean, unless they're voodoo babies or whatever. Is that? Oh, voodoo dolls.
Or not your baby.
Different.
Same thing.
Don't bring children to our house.
I thought that was just like a command. Like, bring your kids to our house.
That's you. We're not really interested in hanging out with your kids, but
We'll put baby pins in them.
The last kids that came to our house, we ended up like having them take pictures of the wedding, and they weren't allowed to talk.
they were allowed to talk, and we didn't make them do that. Their mom made them do that. Thank you, by the way. Love you.
Thanks, Carissa.
But yeah, so good point. And I did like My Chemical Romance. I actually didn't like My Chemical Romance till like later, though, like as an adult, when things started getting a little more real in life. And then I was like, you know what? You're right.
I think I can get down on this.
I think
Actually,
I can. Can I cry to it? Yeah, I like it.
yeah.
Also,
That guy.
that emo kid, he in the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, he plays Quentin.
Oh, that's right. He's the one that, for some reason, Dead by Daylight can't make him not look like a sad dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he looks wildly bad in those video games. He looks almost nothing like he does in the movie.
That's sad.
He looks like in the Nightmare movie, he looks pretty similar to this movie,
Sure.
just like less lip piercings.
Right.
But that he looks equally tired in both films.
Right.
Got them sad, those sad Elvis eyes. Sad puppy dog Elvis eyes.
Yeah.
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 But that's the guy. The other dude, Adam Brody, does he look like he's got eyeliner on? Still? Always?
Oh no.
I mean, he does in the movie, though,
Yeah.
obviously.
Lots of it in the movie.
Yeah. And I definitely... not this last time that we watched the movie, which was today, like not that long ago, but months back. Hey, I'm Camille. I overshare. I months back when I watched it, I think that was actually the first time I watched it because I guess I had seen it like maybe one time before. Either way, doesn't matter. All I'm saying is, the soundtrack was amazing, and of course I was like, who is this band? Like, I think everybody ended up really digging the fake band, the Adam Brody fake band.
Low shoulder.
Yes. Yeah. I think they have a music video too.
Really? Huh.
Pretty sure. Maybe not.
Their band was supposed to be called something else. I can't remember what it was called.
Oh.
Like something shoulder. And then they called it Low Shoulder.
Cry in my shoulder.
Yeah. Tears for my shoulder.
Oh.
Yeah.
Weird.
Satan shoulder. Some shit like that.
Satan shoulder.
Death cab for shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah, if only.
I know it's tickles so bad. Jordan, why did you pick this movie?
I picked this. I picked this movie. I don't know. I've always really liked it. I have it on DVD. I thought it would be
Because
easy.
it came out in 2009, so
Yes.
we were still buying DVDs.
Yep. Also, I watched the unrated version because it's both the theatrical and the unrated, and I couldn't tell you the difference between the two. So
There's
I don't know.
5 minutes.
Oh, okay. It must be in the credits then.
Yeah, which is funny because if you want to try and buy it on Amazon, if you want the regular version, you can rent it for $4. If you want to watch the unrated, you have to buy it for $14.
Wow.
Like, I guess I'm not watching this one.
Yeah.
So
I don't think you're missing much because we even saw a couple of the deleted scenes, and those deleted scenes aren't in it. Also, the DVD I have doesn't have like special features like deleted scenes, and it was like that'd been nice to have in there.
They were like, you don't need it because you got the other one,
Yeah.
the unrated version.
You got the 5 extra minutes.
yeah,
God, I am sorry. Jordan almost pulls off the camera. We are killing it, you guys.
well, I mean, last night we went to a movie premiere, so today is a little,
It's fine. We didn't drink near enough to have that as an excuse, I don't think.
Again, oversharing, Camille. Come on.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it was
You were so wasted.
I was so wasted. I don't even remember what happened. Oh, that'd be scary, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you drove home.
Yeah.
I know.
You drove me home. That's crazy. I will say a big shout out to Skydance because that tap room is beautiful.
It is. It's so beautiful.
And their
Thank
beer
you
is very
guys.
tasty.
Yeah, super tasty. That was fun. That was a premiere for 2 of the films that we worked on.
Yep.
One of which Jordan is in as well.
As an actor.
As an actor, a thespian.
Give us your line.
Hoot, hoot.
Such a good job. Oh, your delivery is just like spot on.
We'll have to have Skylar and Jeff on.
Yes.
Pretty soon.
So they can come talk about Near the Lake, which is that film.
Yep.
And then all their other films, which are really fun.
Yeah.
And then there was
Scarecrow of Parkhurst.
that, and then It Mimics, which nobody can watch right now.
Yeah.
But it's honestly, I was spooked, y'all.
Yeah, it was
I
good.
was spooked.
It was really good. Shout outs to Skull Crawlers. You guys are wonderful. I do want to say, man, the soundtrack for Near the Lake was banging.
Yes.
But we're not talking about that yet. We'll do that with the dudes.
Yes.
You picked this movie.
I did.
We've already talked about it a little bit.
A little bit.
Continue,
Oh.
if you will.
So you had it on DVD.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I definitely fell into that demographic of being a teen boy that was obsessed with Megan Fox. And
Sure.
so I was like, this movie's called Jennifer's Body, and Jennifer is Megan Fox. Like, that means Megan Fox's body. So
Good. You're
Yeah.
good at math,
Nope.
Jordan.
No.
that's the closest I got to being good at math. So
Specific classes you went to
yeah,
talked about in this film.
yeah, exactly. But since then, like I don't know, this movie feels like it does a pretty decent job, like kind of nodding to Sam Raimi, but also doing its own thing.
Yeah.
I like the drive of the characters. I like that the female characters have like their own power that's not like granted by other people around them, like
Right.
that's within themselves. Even before Jennifer becomes a demon, like she's fully in control of her own actions and everything. So that's really interesting. A lot of actors in this movie that just have tiny parts, like
Chris Pratt showing up. I
just
was like,
for like
what?
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
Lance Hendrickson is the old guy at the very end.
I know. It's
It's
wild.
yeah.
And you're just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's like, oh, on the way to fight Pumpkinhead. And you're like, are you?
Are you? You just got done being a robot
Yeah.
forever ago. I mean, I wish he had a glass of milk for some weird reason. Also, if you're hitchhiking and the person that pulls over just has an open glass of milk,
Don't get in the car.
don't get in the car.
Yeah.
Not a
Do
good
not
idea.
get in the car.
Yeah.
Don't hitchhike, but also
Right.
if you have to and they have an open container of 2% or whole milk,
Bad idea.
shoot them and get out of there.
Whoa. Okay.
Too soon.
What?
Oh. I felt like a crazy person this weekend because I had like the remnants of a 2-liter that, and I was like on my way to work, and I was just like, well, I don't have anything to like a container to put this in, but it's not enough to like chug, like it's too much to chug right now,
Right.
but it's not enough to like,
Put in a cup
yeah.
or some other kind of.
So I just took it with me to work, this 2-liter, and so like
Yeah.
I was just like trying to like drink it in the car, and I'm just like, I look insane holding this 2-liter, like trying to.
It's like hiding it at stoplights just so like
I
people
don't know.
don't look at you.
And also, but you have the roof of the car too, so you're just like how
Yeah.
do I angle this where the liquid slides into my mouth, but I'm not like hitting the ceiling with the
Right.
bottle.
Yeah, where you can still see the road. That's always my biggest issue. Like,
Mhm.
how am I still going to be able to see the road when I take a drink?
Yeah.
Sometimes I can't. I take the risk. I'm not going to lie. It turns out fine most of the time.
You know-
Close your eyes and sneeze. It's okay.
That's right. That's true.
Turn your head.
Also, your hands are
Turn your
pretty
head and
big,
cough.
though. Are you sure that it's not? Oh, God. You sure didn't look normal?
Yeah.
It's like in your like a
Yeah.
normal size bottle.
Yeah, I did see a guy in the car next to me, and he was just like, Andre the Giant's still alive? Wow.
Right. Yeah.
Weird. I saw
Makes
that
sense.
documentary. I thought he was dead.
It's like, show me the cans. And he was like holding up cans. Like,
Yeah.
What?
You
I'm
know,
a freak.
you could have, and this is the thing that no one's talking about. And like, here's the thing.
Oh.
I love sea turtles as much as the next person.
Sure.
However,
Okay.
you could have gotten the old school plastic bendy straws
Hmm.
and done the method where you like pinch one side to fit it in the other. So you can have like super straw. Can't do that with metal straws. Can't
True.
do that, And how many turtles' lives are worth that?
I was wondering where that was going with
Yeah.
the whole turtle thing for a second.
Yeah.
I knew.
I was like, you want me to squish turtles?
No,
I
no,
don't-
no. No, it's just like now
Take
we're
the turtle eggs
like-
and just take your hands and squeeze them.
yeah, we'll never have super straw anymore, which is a real bummer.
You're sad about Super Straw?
I mean, if I ever have to drink out of a 2-liter in the car,
Sure. It's a good time to have Super Straw.
hmm Also, like, can't metal straws kill sea turtles just as easily?
You're not supposed to throw them away. I think that's kind of the thing.
Right. Well,
So
you're
you
supposed to recycle the other straws too, right?
There's a question as to whether so this is a conversation we should have later, but it is a question as to whether or not plastic is actually being recycled. And definitely for the people that don't recycle plastic or aren't able to, because not all communities have access to recycling centers, then they definitely do throw their straws in the trash. And oftentimes that trash is what ends up in the ocean. So,
Jordan.
I don't care.
okay. All right.
Also, whoever came up with paper straws is the devil. So,
Well, those came out first.
I hate paper straws.
They're
with a
not
passion.
great.
No.
They're not great for human use. So we're going to leave Straw Corner now. We're going to go ahead and get out of Straw Corner.
Okay.
Okay.
All
We're
right.
going to get back to...
Cup country.
Great. So, Jennifer's Body. You had it because you bought it on DVD.
He wanted it.
You
I bought it on
wanted-
DVD when I was a teenager because I wanted to see.
You wanted to see Megan Fox's boobies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Go.
Yeah. So.
And that's it.
Yeah.
End of story.
And that's it.
Yep.
And then I watch it and no boobies.
10 years later, I watched it again, and I was like, "There's no boobs, but there's a pretty good story going on here."
You've grown as a human.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so I just thought it'd be fun to, it's kind of had like a little bit of a renaissance for itself in the last couple of years. A lot more people are interested in it.
Yep.
And I was like, hey, I haven't watched it in a long time. Let's watch it. And I thought you guys would like the effects and whatnot. It kind of reminds me of, after watching it again, a little bit of the Drag Me to Hell, but like
Better.
if they would have like put time into the special effects. That weren't
Yeah.
CGI.
Right.
Yeah, because they really did. There, obviously, there's like, I guess, there's some like blatant CGI, but it's like stuff that is
Just, like,
really
enhancement
cool.
stuff.
Yeah, like when Jennifer throws up like the bile the first time and you see it do the symbiote thing. It's like, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you could do that with like in real life, but you could do it a lot easier now, I think. But in like 2009, probably not.
Yeah.
We'll CGI it and use like Hershey's chocolate.
Yeah.
Which is dope, but like a lot of stuff they did use CGI, or not CGI, practical effects, or they did like the shot. I don't know if you're going to talk about this, but the shot in the pool. Yeah, that they used 3 different techniques to get the shot when Jennifer pulls away from Chip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait. Yes.
The boyfriend, Chip.
Yeah, we watched Snap, and
that's right.
there was a guy named Chip in the one that we watched together.
Yeah, now it's making me question: was the boyfriend's name Chip?
His name
It's
was
Chip.
Chip.
Is also Chip.
Yeah,
Ooh,
it's
okay.
just double chip.
Double Chip Day.
Double chocolate chip.
Double chocolate chip.
I would like some cookies.
Yeah.
Or ice cream now. Cookie dough
But
ice cream.
that scene they shot with Megan Fox having cool dentures, and she did her scene, and then someone else, like the stunt double that actually wore the big prosthetic, like lower jaw, and then they had a green screen paint over her actual mouth.
It was a piece of like a green screen piece of fabric insert.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do the same exact motion, and then they did a CGI model over all of that using fun balls, and then they just married
Layered
them
it
all
all
together, and that's how you get the shot, where it still looks really practical. It doesn't really look CGI at all,
Right.
to be honest, and when I found out there was any CGI on that, I was like, that's really fucking wow.
Yeah.
It's really good.
It was neato. You were right. And then when we found out Greg Nicotero did the special effects.
Cool hair guy.
Cool hair guy. That's how Dylan always defines which special effects dudes do what on the films, because it's typically dudes.
Yep.
That's just an aside. Like, most special effects companies on the major films that we've seen are a lot of the same dudes. And so he always specifies them by the type of hair they have.
Yep.
And throughout the decades, Greg Nicotero has had very cool, sometimes very long, wavy hair.
Yeah.
Super fun.
You know what? I don't know how true this is, but the budget for this film was actually only $16 million, which for a film is like no money.
Well,
Which is,
they weren't. It wasn't a big budget film.
No.
So that makes sense.
but it's still like here I'm reading. Maybe this is over. Well, no, that doesn't make any sense. What I was about to say. Box office was still $31.6 million, which at least like no one lost money. I guess I don't know, but I don't know. Hearing Megan Fox and Diablo Cody talk about it, it's just like they've both gone through the fucking ringer.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people who follow Megan Fox already know that. I didn't know it so much because I was never a huge fan of Megan Fox until we watched Jennifer's Body, which I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it when you suggested we watch it. I was like, oh, okay. But, like, I don't know. You've never told me that I should watch a thing and me not like it. So I was like, oh, weird. I guess I'm going to like this movie. And then I watched it, and I was like, "Oh shit! I fucking totally love this movie."
Yeah.
I remember hearing somebody like I don't really know that much about Megan Fox because I've only seen her. She was in not Terminator. Wow. Transformers.
Yeah.
And I watched that one time because it's a fucking Transformers movie. So like. Pass. Like whatever.
I watched it a lot, but because of Megan Fox.
Yeah. See, that makes sense, and that wasn't really like a thing for me, so I didn't follow like anything going on with.
She was
Megan
definitely
Fox.
sold in a certain light for a long time, like
Yeah.
definitely with Transformers. Like one of the first times you see her, she's like bent over a car, all sexy, and then. The whole thing in that is just like she's like, oh, because I'm hot, I can't work on cars, and it's just like that's like her agency is that it's like I'm hot, but I can work on cars. But then for the rest of the film, it's still like look how like
hot she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's like it's still really funny. That's like good job.
Who's the shitty director that directed all those movies?
That's Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that guy
that's
knows is blowing stuff up, and then he's
Yeah.
like, and then we're gonna put a really hot girl in it, and her whole thing is that she's hot. It's like you don't know how. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Michael Bay is for the fucking birds. Like,
Well, he has some good stuff. Like, I mean, it's fun. Like especially the first Transformers. It's like it's a fun movie.
yeah.
Whether or not you can tell what's happening during the CGI fight scenes, it doesn't matter. That's a good time to go pee.
Right.
Yeah.
Is when the robots are fighting.
Who won? I'm taking a leak right now. I can't watch it. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I just hear whop 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 whop.
Yeah, it is just, and then like all of the like Transformers, like all the cars are all really colorful until they start to fight, and then it's like this is nothing.
Yeah, it's just gray.
This is absolutely nothing. And then they made all the fucking Decepticons gray. It's like, hey man, like they were like.
If you look at the stills of those of the Transformers movies, though, you got to give props to those CGI artists, though, because there's a lot going on with them.
Oh yeah,
so.
I mean, good kudos. Maybe they should make video games instead of movies. I think
They
that'd be
make
cool.
them. They're just not popular.
No. The people that do really good CGI,
I just thought you meant
instead of
Transformers.
making bad movies, maybe they could just make cool video games.
Yeah, I think they're pretty set in making bad movies.
Yeah.
They just keep doing it.
Yeah.
People will give them money for it. That's ultimately what it comes down to.
What
That's
about you,
true.
Camille? What was your take on old Jennifer Body? Old Jennifer Body.
Thank you. Thanks, Jordan.
I'm just a little old succubus now. I tell you what, can't even catch these boys anymore.
Oh, she could. She still could, especially if she were a succubus, because she'd probably just stay young and hot forever.
facts.
I really like this movie a lot. I wish I felt more physically excited right now. It's just because I'm tired. It's not. It's honestly like not because I don't feel things about this movie, because I really do. I love this movie so much, and I think that even as like over the top as some of the dialogue is, there are definitely times where like the dialogue feels a little extra stylized. But that's just like how Diablo Cody writes, and I like it for all the one-liners, just like I liked Juno for the one-liners. Again, totally different movie, not the same kind of movie at all. And I also think that says a lot about the way Diablo Cody is able to write, is that she went from making Juno to making this movie, and I think that's awesome. I think that it's exciting that you get to pull both of those types of stories out of your pocket. I like the way the director worked. What is her name?
The director for this film was Karen Kusama
or something like.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. What she's worked on a lot of other things as well. I think she did Eon Flux. I'm pretty sure.
The live action movie.
I don't know. 2005.
That movie was not good.
Yeah, I don't remember. I didn't see it.
Yeah.
So
did you ever watch the cartoon?
I watched it one time when I was a kid, and it fucked me up.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Because the only thing I know from what I remember from the episode was there was somebody was trying to escape a place,
right?
And like these machines, like as they like crossed the boundary of this door, these machines came out, tied up the person's legs so they couldn't escape, and then other machines came out, cut off the legs, and then sewed them up.
Oh, I did. I forgot about how
it was a lady, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is the anime. Like there are several episodes of it, and it's the same person, and she dies a lot. Like almost every episode, she dies in a different way.
Woo!
Yeah, and
Wow.
they're like really cool episodes, super stylized. Like the animation is awesome. It looks really good. The art style is fucking sick. But yeah, no, she dies every episode that I've seen. She dies in it.
That's wild.
It's almost like a Elden Ring sort of situation where every episode.
How long have we been recording?
Every episode,
And it wasn't me that did it.
How long have we been recording?
It was a weird like body horror thing, like having the legs removed.
Almost 30 minutes.
Okay, we've made it almost 30 minutes, and this is the first time Elden Ring has been mentioned this week. So
she did do Eon Flux and Girl Flight.
And what? Girl Fight?
Yes, that looked like an L for a second. Girl Fight, Aeon Flux, and Jennifer's Body from 96 to 2009.
Cool.
And then The Invitation, XX, and Destroyer.
Okay. Okay, gotcha. But yeah, I loved what she did with the film and with the script. And it's funny now, like looking at the actors, the primary players, like Jennifer, Needy, and Chip, they're like all my age, but I guess I didn't realize that when the movie came out for some reason. I just figured they were all older than me. But that is not the case.
Yeah.
That is not the case. We're like all the same age.
Yeah.
So it's funny to like watch the interview with Megan Fox and Diablo Cody, and they are like talking about like their experiences in Hollywood and their career and how they all have like children and stuff, and which I like. That's one thing I think that I dig this movie. The cats are like losing their fucking minds right now. I dig this movie because you get to see kind of like a briefly sort of high school through the eyes of a girl. It's not to the extent that like I think Mean Girls did like a really good job of that, to be honest. Which Needy was also in, right?
Yep.
We'll do an episode on it.
Yeah, we can't. But
the Mean Girls episode.
Why not?
Mean Girls?
Yeah, why can't we do that?
Is that a horror movie?
No, it's
It
not.
sounds like it'd be a horrific thing to live through.
Yeah. Also, Mean
high
Girls
school,
is
yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Mean Girls is like
I love
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
'Cause
could. Why not?
Amanda Seyfried, she plays the dumb one, right? That's like her boobs tell her when the weather. And the end of the movie, she's like, 80% chance of rain, but it's like raining behind her.
I don't remember.
I don't remember that either.
And then like somebody says something, and she's like, "Do you have ESPN or something?"
I don't remember. I don't think I've seen that movie since I was like 20. But
It's fun.
yeah, it was fun. I remember watching it, I think, one night after a breakup, and I was like,
I
yes.
am Mean Girls.
And right, only not mean. I don't think I don't know, probably. I was 20. I was probably a little mean. I don't know. Not all 20-year-olds are mean, though. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to be ageist right now.
No, 20-year-olds are shit. A lot of them are shit. We all were.
Yeah.
I mean,
guys
I
hear
was
that?
not great. I know that I was not great at 20.
Yeah, I wasn't very nice.
Yeah.
So, fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I dig getting to see like their relationship and how it unfolds. And like I think we've all had friendships where we were like, I don't really know why I'm still friends with you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But like here we are still friends. But I did think that was really interesting in the Megan Fox interview. Like, everybody you should go check it out. I mean, it's like 35 minutes long, but
It's like well worth it though.
yeah, it's a really fun, candid conversation between Diablo Cody and Megan Fox. And like, I do think it's interesting that, because I don't know, I think we're at an interesting time now where there's like this overall perspective, right, of like what we've always been taught about, like what you're supposed to do with your life as a woman. You make it to a certain point, you get married, you have kids, blah 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 blah. And like not everybody feels that way now,
Right.
and that's awesome, because you should be able to do whatever the fuck you want to do with your life. That's just what it comes down to.
Yeah.
But I did think it was really interesting that Megan Fox was like, each time I had a child, my perspective changed and the universe shifted. And that's probably the case. I don't know. I've never given birth.
I can see how that would be the case. Where
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I just like made life, so things are a little different.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah, probably so. Mom people out there, maybe let us know.
Jordan, did you know that Megan Fox had 3 kids?
No.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
lot.
And she's married to, not that this matters, but you know, Brian Austin Green, right? Was it that one? Was
I
it
think
that
so, yeah,
90210
yeah.
guy? Yeah. So he was like 13 years older than her. So that's pretty fun. Pretty interesting, pretty fun.
But now she's with Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different, right?
Yeah.
A little different.
I wouldn't say the best role model for her 3 kids, but hey, that's just me.
What? Why? What is this?
His name is Machine Gun for one.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Right.
Yeah, he's like a not great rapper that based his name off of an actual, like, you know, mobster that Machine Gun Kelly cannot hang with. Also tried to like call out Eminem and then got shit on.
Okay.
And then now doesn't have a rap career anymore because he was like, oh, whoops.
Yeah.
So he was like never that great, and then he tried to do that, and Eminem was like, he didn't care until I guess Machine Gun Kelly said something about his daughter, and then he was like, and now you're fucked.
Yeah, and then Eminem's like, I have an entire't about me saying how much I love my daughter. Let me shut you down because I'm the rap god.
Yeah.
Right.
And then now Machine Gun Kelly like plays like punk music where he just like covers like Paramore really poorly, and he like plays a pink guitar, which is fine, but he's just like, look at my it's just, I don't know, man, it's fucking lame
because he does like the gender role pushy thing all the time. So is that like another
I don't really
extension?
think he does that. In my opinion, he doesn't. He just wears pink. Like if I just wore a pink shirt and was just like, I'm pushing boundaries, like, no.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Right, I'm not trying to. Again, wow, we are in so many. That is one thing I will say about this movie is it does provoke a lot of conversations that aren't really about horror.
It's
like
super 2009. Like the dialogue, the insults, the things you get away with saying.
Ooh, sorry.
Yeah, there was a lot of things in it that I'm like, oh, that's not 2020 times.
We cannot say the things that are said in this film anymore.
I can say they're funny. It's really funny. The delivery of everything is just like nice.
It's interesting that I like the dialogue in this movie because I don't like Juno.
Sure.
I thought it was like, I don't know, like too much, like cringe almost with like the kinds of things that people like the characters would say. It'd be like, people don't talk like that.
Right.
It's kind of like
It's because Michael Cera, I think.
I think it's just the dialogue.
The dialogue
is it's really heavy with just like.
It's very quippy.
Yes.
It's very Gilmore Girly.
I was literally about to say, it's like, have you ever been with somebody that's like a Gilmore Girls fan and they try to like
also talk that way,
but you're like, you're not smart enough to talk fast and quippy and off the top of your head. Like, you need to have some prepped material if you're gonna try.
You're
that.
also gonna need to drink 4 more coffees.
Yeah.
Maybe 5.
Every time we watch Gilmore Girls, I'm like, this dialogue is insane.
Because yes, I do really enjoy Gilmore Girls, and I love what is the name of I don't remember the name of the writer or the director or the creator. She is the creator. She's done Gilmore Girls and Bunheads and lots of other stuff. Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
I knew it until you asked.
Of course. Yeah, that's how it goes, and that's fine. I guess.
I also love Gilmore Girls. It's a great show.
It is, but it is very quippy, and sometimes, I mean, it is one of those shows. I don't know if anybody else does this, but sometimes I get a little too excited about whatever I'm like watching or whatever, like before bedtime, and I have to like turn it off.
Yeah.
And like put it on something calming and kind of boring. So Gilmore Girls is one of those shows that I cannot watch right before I'm getting ready for bed because I'm too like.
It's also just such an emotionally charged show too that like when stuff is actually happening, like when it gets deep into it, you're just like, I really need to go to bed, but Logan is being such an asshole right now, and I really got to see what's going on.
It is so funny to hear you talk about Gilmore Girls.
I love this. I love that I know this now.
Yeah.
I had a girlfriend in college that like she was obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And so like just every now and then I would just buy her one of the seasons on DVD, and then we'd like watch it until we had all the seasons.
Yeah.
And then so at one point we watched every episode, and then we just both sat there and we're like, what do we do now?
Start it over, baby.
And she's like, I don't know. I was like, you want me to put in disc 1 for season 1? She's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
Oh, Jordan.
Do that, or you start Gossip Girl.
And I've never watched Gossip Girl.
Dude, Gossip Girls.
Adam Brody
So
was in
good.
Gossip Girl, right?
He was in the OC.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Adam Brody being the one of the murderers. He was the stabby in the band. That was his role. No, he was
what's
the
my
stabber.
role in the band?
Sorry.
I'm the stabber.
Yeah.
I stab virgins with blades.
Gotta be better at picking virgins.
Wait,
That's
were you
true.
in Slipknot?
Also, okay, real quick. So we're gonna take a quick break.
Okay.
There's speaking of stabbing and Slipknot, we've got a really interesting thing to talk about that I didn't realize.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Upon researching the film, I stumbled upon some information that's readily available on YouTube because several people have made a video
It's really
about
hard
it.
to see on how tall that horse is. I'm kidding.
Listen.
We will-
Toot toot to my own horn. Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Okay.
We come here tonight to sacrifice the body of...
What's your name again, Tiffany?
My name is Jennifer.
Super. We come here tonight to sacrifice the body of Jennifer from Devil's Kettle.
Please, please. Please don't do this. I'll do anything. I'll do anything.
Do you know how hard it is to make it as an indie band these days? There's so many of us. We're all so cute, and it's like if you don't get on Letterman or some soundtrack, you're screwed. Okay? Satan is our only hope. We're in league with the beast now, and we have to make a really big impression on him. And to do that, we're going to have to butcher you. And bleach you. And then Dirk here is going to wear your face. Relax. I'm kidding about the face. The rest is going to happen, though. But you know what? Maybe we'll write a song about you. I think as a fan, that'd be pretty cool, right? With the deepest malice, we deliver this virgin unto thee.
Dude, that is a hot murder weapon.
Bowie knife. Bowie. Nice.
All right, here we go. It's gonna be gnarly.
No, please. No, please.
Wait a second. I just thought of something. Jenny, you're the girl for me. You know, you don't know me, but you make me so happy. I tried to call you before, but I lost my nerve. I used my imagination, but I was disturbed. Jenny, I got your number. I need to make you mine. Jenny, don't change your number.
And we're back.
Hi.
Are we back? Yeah.
Are we back?
Yeah, we're definitely back now.
Are we back on both counts? 1 and 2?
Yep.
Yep.
That's
So-
not good, guys. That's lots of prison
What?
time. Counts 1 and 2? Like murder? Whatever. Okay, anyway.
So,
I'm so tired.
and that's how we bring it back. Like that. So, you stumbled on something very interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, about Jennifer's body.
Yes. I would like to substantiate this a little bit more than what I have. I would like to go on record. Just so everyone knows.
Uh-huh.
I am not heard straight from the Diablo's mouth that this movie is loosely based on this thing, but there are at least three YouTube videos about it. So that's where we are. Go watch them. Pretty interesting. But apparently there was a real life murder, very sad, that influenced the murder of Jennifer. Spoiler, not spoiler. Why have you not watched this movie yet? If that's the case.
Yeah.
In this movie.
Do you want to...
That's it.
Do you want to go into more details than that, or...
Why not? I don't know. Okay. All right. I'm getting the post-fear sleepies. This is why you never... Okay, actually.
Do you want me to do it? I'll blast through this murder real quick.
I would like to collaboratively talk about it. I'd like us all to have a group conversation about it. Jordan doesn't know anything about this.
Nope.
So let's educate him together.
Okay.
Okay. So...
Please attempt.
Okay. Okay. So there was a young lady whose name was...
No, you can't do that. No.
What? We can't Mad Libs it?
Oh, you want to Mad Lib her name? Mad Lib?
Yeah, but with her real name. Mad Lib.
I don't remember her real name.
Oh, it is in the notes. I don't know if you have access to those that are, I thought you had pulled up on the computer. Like you normally do.
Yeah, I do.
Good. So there was a young lady, and that's okay that we don't have it, because again, multiple
Wait, your
YouTube
notes
videos.
aren't on here.
And we probably started 2 separate docs is probably what we did today. Sleepy day. Sometimes these things happen, guys. We're not all perfect. And that's fine.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Elise Dollar. Dahler.
And hopefully that is right, because I'm not 100% sure that it didn't autocorrect, to be honest.
Her name was Elise.
It was definitely Elise. She was a young lady that in high school started getting involved in alcohol and drugs like you do.
She was a good student and everything, though.
She was
wasn't
a good
just
kid.
like straight into the dumps.
No, I think she just started like
Being
experimenting and being cool is one way to put it. Yeah, but like, yes, high school kid, cool.
Getting groovy.
And got kicked out of school for drinking. And so her parents sent her to rehab. She met some spooky boys, but not in like the cute, fun way. Like probably cute and fun if you're in high school. But not cute and fun in that they go on to murder her. We'll just jump to the end. Obviously, we know this is where it's going, right?
Yeah.
But lots of things happen between the murder and her meeting them in rehab. They're like 3 dudes that are in a band.
The band is called Hatred, which is fucking lame.
Right. But yeah, high school band that is supposedly influenced by Slayer. So
I hate the whole narrative about that.
Right. As do I. But that's how it was. I mean, this was like 95, between late 93 and 95, I think. And that's just, that was the narrative, is that it was music and movies and later on video games that caused kids to murder.
Yeah.
You know.
I played the shit out of GTA. I've never stolen a car.
You sure?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Have you ever stolen a heart?
God, Jesus Christ.
Obviously.
2 of them in this room right now.
It's true. Somehow you keep coming back.
Jordan.
Every week you show up, Jordan.
Yeah.
And you guys stay up really late talking a lot. So, I mean, clearly there's some kind of love. He's got some kind of way about him.
It's the way he moves his hips.
It's true.
He does have a lot of rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Got
true.
to.
Yeah.
I'm a real Phil Collins.
Bringing it back to Jennifer's body. Oh, man, that Phil Collins joke is hilarious.
Yeah,
though.
it is really funny.
Anyway, murder. It's very sad.
So, to end this, because we still haven't really done that, she gets murdered because these dudes have this band called Hatred that sucks, and they're like, oh, we can't catch a break, and we're all like really into the devil, so we're gonna sacrifice a person,
right?
A virgin girl,
yes,
who was Elise,
right?
I think maybe the virgin part was added in, but they were like, we're gonna kill her. But they would hang out with her all the time, and they played this really weird prank where she essentially got pushed down a cliff, and then they were like, "Oh, just kidding," and
because her mom showed up.
Yeah, her mom showed up.
She got pushed down a ravine. They lured her by saying like, "Someone's fallen down a ravine. We need your help." So
turns out it's you.
She came to help, and then they pushed her down the ravine, and then one of the dudes like came out at the bottom of the ravine with a hunting knife. And her mom showed up, and then they were like, "Oh, what's up? Not about to try to murder your daughter or whatever." And of course, her parents were like, "Ooh, this seems bad." And she's like, "Don't worry about it. Like, they're just whatever,
just some
like,
goofy boys.
Whatever."
Yeah. But then the next time she snuck out of her house, they all smoked weed together in the woods. And then one of them, like with a rope or a belt, like tied it around her neck.
A belt. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Pause. Super trigger warning.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We're talking about real life murder.
Super duper trigger warning.
Yes.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. There is a whole other thing about this. It's super brutal.
Yes.
The whole thing is, but she's high. One of them sneaks up behind her with a belt, ties it around her neck, while one of the other guys pins her down, and then she gets stabbed in the neck 12 times, and then she gets her neck stomped because
I think she's stabbed in general. Yeah.
Yeah. First stab was to the neck. Then she was stabbed 12 times and then stomped on her neck until she died due to blood loss.
And then there's mention of possible necrophilia.
Yes.
So these dudes, it's obviously not good when something like this happens at any age. That's concerning that any human being is capable of this. But I mean, these were like also teenagers and young men. So that's, I don't know. For some reason, that seems to add a whole other element of like, they're obviously going to go on to blame this on Slayer. And like, so far, even the parents, and this is not like, I'm not casting any sort of judgment on the parents, because obviously when you're feeling such a loss, like you're going to try to find retribution in whatever way you can. And I understand that.
Right.
And you're going to look for reasons.
Yeah.
And I also understand wanting to do that. So they went on to sue Slayer.
Tried to.
They tried to sue Slayer, and that didn't go over because they were protected by the First Amendment.
Yeah.
But
it's all compounded though by the fact that the police tried to like not investigate it by saying that she just ran away.
Yeah.
And that like somebody the next town over saw her with an older man but like didn't look into it.
Right.
And then her body wasn't found until 9 months later.
Yes.
So it's like the police fucked up super bad.
Right.
And like, yeah, then they tried to sue Slayer, which didn't work.
It was displaced, obviously, but it was also like, Satanic Panic had just happened. So crazy story.
And all those fuckheads tried to also blame it on Slayer too. Like the killers, they were like, we listened to Slayer and it got into our heads, which is like, fuck you. No, you just murdered somebody. You're a piece of shit. Like that's all that is. You just also listen to Slayer.
There's obviously some mental illness there and probably a lack of stability at home to help them like process, hey, this is pretend world. This is real world. Like this is art. To these people, everybody's got their different idea of what art is. You know, like I'm not here to tell somebody to believe that Slayer is art or whatever. Like I think there are a lot of really fun Slayer songs, but like there are also a lot of people that would be like, that is the devil, that is Satan, and I can't stand to listen to it. And like, okay, you can believe that, and that's fine. Whatever. But like
but the dude writing all the lyrics is super Catholic though. So
whatever.
Like you take that with a grain of salt. But
what are you gonna do what are you gonna do? You know, like everybody can believe what they want to believe. But either way, supposedly, again, I have not heard from Diablo Cody. Or
she hasn't gotten back to us yet.
Right.
So.
We wrote her.
Yeah.
She's really busy.
We wrote her a letter.
Through the mail. Took 5 stamps.
Yeah.
God, the price of stamps is really going up.
Yeah. It's like the price of gas.
Just like the price of gas. Man, the weather, too. It's just like, okay. Just kidding. Obviously, we did not write Diablo Cody, but.
Yeah. What are these NFTs?
So that's wild. Kooky. No,
so,
it's very sad.
All that to say that Jennifer's body's really good.
So try not to think about the real stuff now.
Yeah.
Just pretend that didn't happen and watch a fun movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've brought it down, is what Jordan is saying without saying it.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe start with that one and then let's bring it up.
So Jordan has some notes.
Yeah. We can still bring it up,
All right, so I'm just going to say one of my favorite scenes in this movie.
Okay, great.
Oh, there we go.
This is going to sound bad now because of the story, but is after the emo kids, like at his funeral, when the other emo kids are like, oh, he's on the black wings of blah, blah, and they're like talking, and then the mom fucking goes off on him, and I was just like, fucking good. Finally, some video evidence of these fucking...
Parents?
No, the fucking emo kids getting like their shit verbally kicked in by like being like, you're fucking like, what are you talking about? You have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, like for real, like the mom's totally right. It's like you think you think my son wouldn't want to be dead in a box right now? Like,
Yeah.
like they're just like, oh, take us with you, and it's like, fucking go then. Like, what are you doing?
You know what? It's funny that you say that because I think
there's this other true crime case.
There's this other true crime case about this kid that died. No. I think that was
Turns out they're all that.
That and boyfriends.
Yeah.
So, but sometimes girlfriends too. It's not to say, obviously, there are lots of dead women, and that's sad. But that's the world we live in. I don't know.
You know, there's more dead women than living women.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I know that that's not a statistic, but
it is facts. No one's writing about it, but we all know. Yeah.
Okay. So all I'm trying to say is, earlier you were like, I don't see a difference in the director's cut and the theatrical, but that was not in the theatrical.
That's not in it.
What?
Yeah.
That part? That's the
part's
part that's
not.
added? Well, that's awesome then, because that's like the best part. Because the mom, have you seen that? Do you know what scene I'm talking about?
No.
Okay, so
in the one that we watched, she was just wailing.
Yeah. Okay.
You owe me a Coke.
Wow, she was in international waters killing whales. That's really rude.
Okay.
Said whaling. So okay.
This
so
is
this
whaling
scene,
corner with Jordan.
Jordan's like, fuck a sea turtle. However, whaling, not
rude.
good.
I've seen blackfish. That's fucked up. No, so this scene, so it's his funeral. Needy is there, but like off in the background, there's a little bit of like her doing the voiceover stuff,
right?
And so you see the two emo kids at the prom later on. Whenever she's like, one of them is like poking the balloons, and she's like, you know, this is my this feeling. This is my this feeling.
I also don't think we saw that.
Also not in it.
So they just cut out the emo kids.
The emo kids are not. They're not really
not
that
a focal
present.
point.
Like you do see them at the funeral, but like.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that is wild. Okay, so they're at the funeral, and then like right as the preacher like starts doing his shindig,
Preachery thing. Yep.
The girl one is wearing this like dumb hat, and she stands up and she's like, "Oh, he's off in the ethereal, riding the black wings of blah blah blah." And it's like this like stupid emo poetic like thing, and then the guy stands up and he like continues saying more stupid things, and then they start crying, and they get on the like they're like touching the coffin, and then he's just like, "I know that you wouldn't want to be in this box." And then the mom's like, "Oh, you know that, huh? You know my son so well. You don't think that he'd want to be pried apart the way he was? You know how he was found? He looked like lasagna with teeth."
Oh, they do say that
They
later.
say that line.
Yeah.
But
So they do that, and they're like, and she's like, "Do you know how I know that? Because I had to identify his remains. So yeah, he doesn't want to fucking be like that. He doesn't want to be in an overpriced cherry wood box." And then she's like, the last part of it is like, "So you kids think you feel pain? Well, guess what? I have the monopoly on pain." And then that's when she starts like wailing and goes into the crying stuff. And then like later down when it goes to the prom part, the emo kids are there with like a third person that wasn't there before.
Yeah.
And as
Well,
they're
they had
walking
to,
in,
you know,
yeah, they had to
replace them.
Yeah.
That's how high school is.
Yeah, it was a poetry audition.
Yeah, there's always it's a trifecta. There's always three.
Right.
So as they're walking in, one of them has like their little stupid baby pen things, and they're popping balloons, and she's like, "This is my despair. This is my sadness," and she's like popping stuff, and then the other one's like, "This is your abortion. Pop. This is your second abortion. Pop." And then the other girl's just like, "I fucking hate you, Julie." Yeah, it's really good.
Nice.
That's hilarious.
That's what's up. This is your abortion.
Oh my god.
That's wild that is the scene. Like the scenes that I like remember the most are the ones that were cut.
Like not even in the film that everybody else has seen.
Yeah.
So funny, dude.
Yeah.
I think well, if we're gonna do this, I think one of my favorite scenes is the sex scene between Needy and Chip. for like multiple reasons, and that's like not like it's kind of obviously there are like uncomfortable moments watching this movie, obviously, like as an adult, but because you're like, I don't want to be a weirdo, but this is sweet, you know, like. But I do think that it's important to show like, I don't want to fall into a trap here.
I know what you're trying to say, but I just want to point. It is kind of like sweetly innocent,
right?
How like their interaction whenever he's like he gets the condom out,
she's so excited,
and she's like, "What is that?" And he's like, "It's supposed to feel good for the girl," and she's like, Cool.
Yeah,
and it's just like
it's so funny how perfect that is because like every dude ever is just like. Dude, have you like I don't know if this happened to you, but it's just
Has
like
this happened to you?
No, we're like we're like if you're talking to your dude friends that like once everyone's finally started to have sex, and you're like, have you heard of like the French tickler, like the condoms that have like the things on them? Like, I totally want to get one of those, or like the ribbed thing. Like, there's like 1,000 different like kinds of condoms,
right?
Yeah,
and I think it's funny once you like start using them and talking about them because it's just like, oh, I want to get this one because like apparently it feels better for girls, and it's just like I feel like this all kind of comes off like it's like comes out in the wash, you know what I mean? But or comes off, and then that's
danger.
Then you go to Walgreens.
You gotta brought to you by Plan B.
I guess I am paying for this.
No, but I just think that it's important to show, like, I'm not saying like show young people having sex, like, because we didn't see any nudity here. There was no nudity throughout any of this movie, which is the way it should be. These were teenagers.
Yeah.
We should not they weren't teenagers when they were making the movie, but still, like, I think that you ride a really, really fine line when you're like showing people who are technically of age but playing teenagers nude. Like,
you mean not another teen movie? Yeah,
exactly. But then like also all kinds of other movies, and I'm just gonna say it, lots of French movies. Am I right? Like, am I right? You know?
Oh no, are you one of those little cutie haters?
No. What? Like a little? What do you mean?
That French movie that was on Netflix that everyone got all freaked out about because it's about like middle school French girls that are like learning dances and stuff, and it has like some risque things because they're learning through internet culture how to do these dances that like adult women are dancing that are like sexy dances, and these kids are learning them.
Right.
And so it's like it's suggestive. But the kids are just like, I'm doing a dance.
Yeah.
And then like the real parents who are like, this is child pornography. And it's like, well, they're one, never naked, and two, also they're just little girls like seeing their favorite pop stars doing dances, and they're recreating them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's just people like freaking out, like,
no,
you watch this, you're a sick freak. And it's like this movie is literally about how like parents aren't controlling the things that their children are saying, like the culture that their children are being exposed to, and the internet is doing that. So this kid is saying a video with millions of views, and they're like, this is socially acceptable, so I will recreate this. And it's like, well, you can't do that, you're 8, and that's a sexy dance, and if you do sexy things, I have to look at you sexily. And it's like really weird comparisons when you're like,
no, you don't. Though.
Yeah.
You control your brain, dude.
Yeah.
You're
don't connect
adult.
those dots then.
Yeah.
Just choose to not be like, oh, well, the child's doing the sexy dance, therefore sexy child? What?
Yeah.
No, I think that, so no, I'm not. I think that, but that does kind of like play on what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly.
I think because we're adults, we make the conscious decision, and we know right from wrong, and we know like, okay, so these are actors who are adults, but they are technically playing teenagers.
Right.
And do we all know that teenagers have sex? Yeah, dude. We were teenagers. Like, we know that. But so then we have to decide, okay, they are technically legally adults. Do we want them to show boob? Because test audiences have already told us there needs to be more boobs.
BEWB.
Boobs. there were literal dude bros saying they want to see more boobs. And
It was like a questionnaire sort of thing, like what would be something that you would change about the movie to make it better? And some dude answered, needs more boobs, spelled W-E or D-E-W-B. B-E, I can't spell.
B-E-W-B-S. Boobs.
Yeah.
Boobs.
You know what I would have said?
What?
They need to hang dong at some point. Like, that's what I need. I need more dong to be
More
hung
dong.
in movies.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, lots of implied dong.
I've
Yeah.
seen tons of boobs in movies.
Mhm.
Where's all the penises?
That's true. That is true. There needs to be more penis
They're in
in
A24
Hollywood.
films.
Oh yeah.
They're all in A24 films, or what was it, Bruno? Was that the God, dude, I like couldn't watch that movie. It was just so stupid. Like, I think I walked out of the theater.
I don't know what that is.
It
That's,
was
Sacha Baron Cohen,
yeah.
Oh, okay,
where
gotcha.
he's the gay German pop
Oh.
star or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you.
It was it wasn't that I was like offended by dick or anything. It was
Right.
just like that happened like 15 minutes into the movie, and I was like, well, nothing has happened so far. This is really stupid. And then it literally, for like minutes, is a scene where he is helicoptering for so long, and I was
It's
like,
just his dick?
yeah,
Oh,
it's
fun.
just like, oh, this movie isn't anything. This is a stupid movie. I guess I will leave now. Like,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Well, he
Yeah.
got your money anyway.
Yeah,
so-
no, that's fine. And he should do, whatever he wants with my money. That's fine.
Right.
Like, I liked Borat. And that's the only thing of his that I've really seen. But I know
Yeah.
that he's great.
Yeah.
People love him.
Is
but
it true that the title of your book is Offended by Dick?
No.
I
No.
don't- No.
I had one the other day. What was it?
Something about a divorce and death, and I don't know.
Oh, divorce, death, and a marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's what
it.
it was.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Pretty
But
fun.
I got several autobiography names.
I like
picked out.
Offended by Dick. That's a good one.
Offended
That
by
is-
Dick is pretty funny.
It is a good one.
Yeah.
So as I was saying, but yeah, so I think it's important that we have to decide, is there a reason for us to see this implied teenager boob?
Right.
No. So the fact that we don't see the implied teenager boob, I think is a good move.
Yeah.
I think it's a really good move, but I also think that it's a really good move, or it's refreshing to see this younger person sex scene in the way that it's portrayed.
Right.
They're communicating, they're talking about consent, they're excited, but then things get stupid and weird like they do.
Yeah.
And, one misreads it and the other one is obviously freaked out because of demons. Doesn't always happen when you're having sex, kids, but when it does, you need to talk about it, and just the way he's just so stupid and just like,
Am I too big?
am I
Yeah.
too big? And
Yeah.
it's like,
Nah.
maybe, probably not. And sure, that can be the case, whatever. But now we talk about lubrication. You know what I mean? Like, there are
Right.
just like other things that opens up the conversation for. But
Yeah.
demons is what happens here. So
It was funny because I felt so bad for both of them in that scene.
yeah,
Because you're right. Like,
yeah,
they set it up in a way that it's like, it's like, oh, this is like, to me, it just like is done in a way that I think that everyone can sort of put themselves in that place. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh, this is sweet. Like,
everybody's been there.
I remember my first time. But then also there's demons, and like she like runs away, and I felt so bad for him because I was like, he just doesn't know. He just
has
doesn't
no
know a goddamn
idea.
thing. He's just like, I guess I'm really bad at sex. This is super awkward. Do I call? No, I'm embarrassed. I don't call. I guess we talk at school at some point.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think that it was done really well.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I love it. I think that it is because there's like such a lack of sex education in this country. I think that the way this movie portrays, not portrays,
Portrays.
sex in teenagers. But no, I mean, like, people have sex in high school. I mean, that's just the way it goes. Like, not everybody, and if you don't, that's totally fine. That's a-okay. You do your own thing. But people are talking about it, and so
I didn't have sex till we got married.
that's true. First time.
Mhm.
I know.
Yeah.
What an honor.
Wait, what would you call what we did then?
What?
Excuse
me.
It mean nothing to you?
That was making love.
Oh, okay.
I'm kidding.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
Take
wow.
that.
But I think that it's the way the movie
Yeesh.
the way the movie just shows, like, this is what high school is. Less demons in real life, obviously. Not as many demons IRL. But it's awkward and weird, and there are girls who are bitches, and there are girls who are nice, and sometimes they're friends, and sometimes the girls who are nice are also bitches, and sometimes we all think we can control boys or male identifying people with our boobs, and that's not nice also. And also sometimes male identifying people need to think with more than their penises, but that's hard because science doesn't let you.
And it's hard.
And it's hard. So
Very true.
Yeah.
So I loved that. I get that Diablo Cody says that, which actually she said this because Megan Fox asked her, and it was a really good question because Diablo Cody was talking about how this movie tanked. It wasn't received well.
Yeah.
And nobody got it, essentially. Like, people just didn't get it, and it was marketed really poorly, and they just, like, again, just basically threw Megan Fox's tits out there, and just, like, that's where they hung their shingle, essentially. And that's not the kind of movie this was. It was a comedy horror, and not her.
Hooers.
Comedy hoors.
So after this, and I think you can see it, like, obviously, I remember Diablo Cody writing, I think she wrote for Bust every now and again too. If I recall correctly, she wrote some articles for Bust, which Bust is like a feminist magazine. That's like super fun, and their articles are really interesting. There's always like craft stuff in it.
Nice.
It's really fun. So I learned a lot about her that way. But at the time, she was like super badass feminist. I was a stripper, and like, here's the thing. Not all strippers have like drug problems, and like, if you do, that's another conversation. But like, there's like this stereotype of like what a stripper is, and she was like, that's not me. Like, I did it because I liked it, and it's good money. And then after this movie tanked, she was like, I don't want to be in Hollywood anymore. Essentially, like, I don't want to be in the limelight. Like, I was trying to be like this badass person that people paid attention to because nobody paid attention to me. So Megan Fox asked her, like, do you think that your characters were like, you were needy, you've already said that, and was Jennifer like you as Diablo Cody? And she was like, yeah. So I think that's neat. I think we all have that in us. We all have that, like, we want to be an extrovert, and we want to be like seen, and we want people to listen to us, but also we kind of just want to hang out and read.
Yeah.
And I don't think we're really taught as young people, like, that it's okay to be both.
Yeah.
And so there's a time and a place for each of those things.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that.
Yeah.
Man, Rant City.
It was good.
Okay. Thanks.
That's what this movie's about. It's about
conversations.
Yeah.
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 That's why it needed to be. It's needed to have this reoccurrence and this renaissance. Is just.
Yeah.
It
Now's
didn't
definitely
get-
the time.
Yeah, because the studios and whatnot, they were just like, hey, here's a movie, and we're not going to tell you what it actually is about. And even my young self, I was only, again, just looking at, I was like, oh, Megan Fox is in it. That's cool. I'll go watch it.
Yeah.
And then these years later, I have it on DVD and I watch it and I have a whole new experience with it, and it's a much better experience when you get the rest of it rather than just
boobs.
Yeah.
Of which there really are none.
Right.
There's lots of like cleavage, some cleavage.
Implied boob.
Yeah, there's lots of
A lot of
implied
bare
boobs.
shoulder. That's the.
Lots of bare shoulder, which is so funny. Do you guys remember in high school? I don't know if they still do this. Well, I don't know that they
Spaghetti
do.
straps.
Yeah, you couldn't have spaghetti straps. 'Cause
Oh,
you had to
yeah.
have like the 3 fingers worth of width to
Yeah.
cover your shoulder. But since then, you know, a lot of people have spoken out against like, you know, the double standards for like calling ladies and female identifying people out for wearing certain things that are supposed to be like too sexual. It's like, oh, I get that, but like also let's teach our sons, you know, to like maybe be respectful and also try to like be self-composed. And
Yeah.
I know that like it gets a little bit easier as you get older, but hormones change and all of that jazz, and you learn how to like jive with it, but it's not like you just stop being horny when you're an adult. Like that's
Yeah.
not how it happens.
You just learn how to control it.
Yeah, dude.
It's-
I think that's a part of fucking growing up.
You have
what I
to,
mean? Like,
yeah.
It's so fucking, it's so stupid. I think parents should really fuck off in terms of like how kids have to be kids a lot of the time. It's like, hey man, I think like at a certain point you just butt out because like kids have to grow up around this to learn how to be adults.
Yeah, you
Like-
have to have a conversation.
Yeah, you can't tell this girl she can't wear this because your son's horny. Hey, guess what? He had to jerk off before he went to school, knowing that he's going to be horny the whole time if he doesn't. And he's still going to do it when he gets home. Before you get home, he's going to go home, eat some snacks, fucking shoot, and then that's what's up, man. Like that's how it happens. Spaghetti straps aren't going to make it not happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes he might make a stupid decision like trying to print out some of the pictures that he finds, not knowing that they're actual photoshops, but then the printer will actually jam and it won't work and he won't know what to do, so then he'll turn off the printer. And then like later on when his parents come home and they're like, why is the printer off? And they turn it on and then they fix it and then it prints out those images. And then their mother finds those images and then puts them on your bed for you to find, so then you know that you have fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, so
Couldn't
like
be me.
Yeah, no,
What did you
sometimes
do?
you also have to blame the friend that came over to your house the day before for the search history on your computer because it's actually the family computer. It's just in your room.
No,
right.
that's dangerous.
Yeah.
Rough. I don't think I know we're not talking about you guys
Yeah.
Right.
or whatever,
Mhm.
but like I don't know that I ever got called out for my internet search history. But I don't think anybody that was like in a parental role really knew how to manage that
Right.
because the internet was so new.
Yeah.
They probably also did, and they were just like, you know what?
We're not going to talk about this.
I don't want to do that part.
We're not going to talk about this. You know what? She's not pregnant.
Yeah. Did you guys ever have to? Did you guys ever ride the bus?
Yeah.
I did up until a certain point.
Okay.
I was no longer.
Like how old were you? I guess.
I think after the 6th grade, I don't think I rode the bus anymore.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
I think in middle school I quit riding the bus.
Okay, then I don't know that this would apply to you. But in middle school, did you?
I wrote it up until like sophomore year of high school.
Okay. So did you ever get like school bus porn, like from your like a friend?
No.
No. So we had this friend who like he would get like dirty mags, right? He'd get some porno mags or whatever.
Sure.
And he would like cut out pictures, right? And they weren't ever like, I don't know. Well, I mean they probably were, but like he'd cut out pictures and then you could buy them from him. Real
Wow,
entrepreneur.
That's so smart.
Yeah. So like I had like a couple choice pictures that I would have in my pocket. Like so like, you know,
Wow,
go
I
to the
never
bathroom
knew.
and then I'd pull them out and I'd have 3 of them.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like trading cards of titties.
Nice.
I had from like whenever I was in middle school and early high school, whenever I'd travel abroad, like sometimes you would just get like advertisements for things that had naked ladies on them.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because you know, like France and Italy, they're just like
Different.
boobs means
Nobody
nothing.
cares.
Right.
Nobody
And
cares.
so I'm just like, wait, you're just handing me this? And they're just wee, and I'm just cool. And so I just had like in my wallet, I just had like these advertisements with naked ladies on them, and if I didn't have internet or something, it was just like, well, I guess I'll go to the bottom of the well here, and it's just like, pull out, I had them in my wallet, and it would just be like these folded up pieces of paper, all creased and everything.
Oh, yeah.
From years of just,
Yeah. You have to fold the picture in just the right way so you can still see the tits.
Yeah, you're like,
And
I
the
don't care
puss.
if the arms and legs get creases
Right.
in them, but like the whole torso, that's what I'm looking at right there.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I
What's going
guess-
on in those areas?
I guess then that's why it makes sense that people like sex shops can sell like the you know torsos that just have the pussy and asshole,
Yeah.
because it's like, oh well, like the people buying this are probably the same people that folded their porn.
Yeah.
So it's just like, well, okay, I mean it's getting older, but I guess I'll do the fold on her neck. Now it's weird because like now it looks like
She doesn't have a
now it
head.
doesn't look like she has a head.
Right.
And then like, you know, a serial killer is born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
thing.
Ethical
Wait,
questions.
why does she look prettier when I scratch out her eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
That's concerning.
Mhm.
like it.
Yeah. So weird. So weird. So that's Jennifer's body. We're like out of time. we're like, yeah, we're balls deep in an hour.
All right. Good.
So, really fucked up way to put that.
Good way to put I was going to say.
But
Interesting choice of words.
so I know we didn't really talk too much about the movie in particular on this episode, but like this movie it's a great film. I mean, it took 10 years, like I said before, for it to get real traction, but like, it's because I don't think people were ready for it, because the dudes were still allowed to be fucking
Pieces
stupid.
of shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Which is like, which sucks, obviously, but the film is really good.
Obviously.
Obviously, it sucks that dudes suck. But no, the film's great. And I think the reason why it's great is that it's done in such a way that if you're not an idiot, it's thought-provoking. It, you know, breeds conversation like this, which is why we've been able to talk about everything from, like, true crime stuff to, you know, school bus porn. Like, you can talk about all kinds of stuff.
There were a lot of ways you could have put that. And
Right.
Yeah.
You really found the weird one.
You could have put those together.
So, but
also,
next week, no. What were you going to say?
Nothing. Yes.
Oh.
Lots of conversations about ethics, growing up,
Mm-hmm.
sex education,
Mm-hmm.
and also school bus porn and murder.
And like the identity of a person.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes, also that.
You know, it's kind of a weird connection that this movie kind of has.
What?
It's very similar to Dead Girl. It's got a lot of similar thematic elements.
Yeah.
It's got a similar message. Yeah. Both of you look at the ground right now. Yeah.
Jordan loves Dead Girl.
It's a great movie.
The movie.
Plural.
No. And
There's more of them, so
Is there a dead girl too?
no. I meant there's more dead girls, so it's
Than living girls?
yeah. So it's just easier to like them.
Do you think if they make Dead Girl 2, it'll just be called two dead girls.
No, two dead girls, one cup.
Oh my god.
No, I would hope that they never made a sequel because that would literally just be like, hey, bro, there's this zombie movie with a naked chick. Bro, what if there was 2 naked zombie chicks?
Yeah.
That's what it would turn into, and it'd be a travesty.
Things will go double bad.
Yeah.
Double bad.
Or it's just dead boy.
It's gonna happen anyway. I mean,
You know there's more dead boys than there are living boys.
oh my god. Okay, we gotta go.
Next week, we got... It's my pick.
Yes. Did you already pick your pick?
Yeah, I picked my pick.
Oh.
It's a listener submission.
Impressive.
A new listener. And, you know, I met him up at work.
Okay.
He now listens to the show.
Oh wow, how fun! Thank you.
Yeah. I don't follow him on social media because he doesn't really, like, I don't think he does social media. I can't remember his name, and I'm very sorry.
Solid.
I just have to... I meet a lot of people at work, but...
Now who's oversharing? He didn't have to say all that.
I know. But he's a
Welcome
very...
to our lives. We don't...
He's a great dude.
Yeah.
He's come by twice.
All you had to say was, we got a new listener. He's a great dude. Here's the movie.
The movie is... I too much information.
Please
Troll,
set up.
Troll Hunter
Oh, okay.
is the film that I'm picking.
Oh yeah, I have seen that.
I have not.
It's
Have you seen any movie ever?
I have. I've seen some movies. You know what I mean?
Oh, I don't know what.
I have all of them are there.
Okay.
I've
But you
seen-
said that like
I've seen some movies. You know what I mean?
Girls Gone Wild. Seen it. Girls Gone Wild. Cancun. Seen it.
Do you guys remember the infomercials for Girls Gone Wild?
Yes,
Yeah.
that was prime fat material.
Yeah, it was.
I
Well,
was
yeah.
like, those little stars aren't covering up a lot. Like,
Yeah.
I got the gist.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, so sad though.
Leaving out this.
Ew. So
That's
gross.
the sound it made when it hit the wall.
What is
Okay.
it? Acidic.
You need to see a doctor.
Just acidic.
So, we need to go, and you need to see a doctor, and also, that's something that is thought-provoking as far as consent is concerned. Girls Gone Wild, think about that.
Yeah,
Well,
they made a business on girls getting too drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still want to say that, Jordan? You're going to go home and watch girls who are too drunk?
You know what's the craziest thing? You ever heard of this video game from the PS2 era called The Guy Game?
No.
It was a trivia game, and when you got answers right, it was basically an FMV game. When you got answers right, real girls would show their boobs. It was like shot at one of those places, and it got removed from shelves because one of those ladies lied about her age and was actually underage.
Jeez.
And so there was thousands of copies of this game that people were like, you have to send it
turn
back.
it over. You cannot keep this.
Yeah. And it was literally just like, what is the capital of Washington? And like you answer, it's like, woo, good job. It's just
Guys, let's not. I mean, that's fine if everybody's of age, but like still.
Yeah. Only takes one though.
But I mean it's like the one time that the game has ever been made, like attempted, and it failed because of that reason, and
Yeah,
it
dude.
never happened again. They're just like, we can't trust it. We can't
Yeah,
trust it.
No.
you gotta do background checks. Oh my god. Oh right. Okay.
I don't know.
We'll see you guys later.
Well, the kittens are sleepy and so are we. We have a way to do this. The kittens are sleepy and so are we. I can't remember the way it goes though. Thank you so much for listening to the episode or watching the episode. If you like the show, leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. Leave us a follow on Spotify. I think you can review on there now too. And you know, slide into the DMs if you have any requests for shows or come see me at work.
True. Also, if you ready for bed.
If you ready for bed.
Listen to the show
If
to help you
you
fall asleep.
the show will not help you. Well, I guess it depends. Some people can fall asleep to stuff like this.
I do it all the time.
My brain gets too engaged. I'm like, funny. I want to keep listening. I can't. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. So if you guys do want to slide into our DMs, our Instagram is at Black Cat Horror Podcast.
Yep.
You almost said I was wrong.
No, I didn't.
Okay, I thought you were about to tell me I was wrong as I was saying it right. And I was like, sir, 2 weeks in a row. Thank you so much. At Black Cat Horror Podcast is our Instagram. At Black Cat, Black Cat Horror Pod at gmail.com is our Gmail account. Also, real quick before Jordan does his thing, I forgot to do this last week. Check out at Fear Boutique. I don't know that you have to say that anymore. I feel like if you're looking something up on Instagram, we all know like it's an ad sort of thing because that's how handles work. But Fear Boutique, I have not purchased anything from her yet, but man, her direct marketing skills are spot on. She like hit me up in my DMs and was like, hey, do you want to see like all of my new line of stuff? And I was like, yeah, that sounds great. And she was like, okay, but I want you to know it's like a lot. Like I'm gonna send you a lot of things. And I was just like, okay. And I literally was sent like 9 pictures of her new products, and it was all very informational. And I was like, I will definitely purchase something at some point. Thank you so much for the information, and I'll mention you on the podcast. Also, how brave to reach out to strangers, because I thought it was a bot for sure at first, but it was a really very human, neat interaction if it wasn't a bot. So go for her. It's fun, spooky hair products like hair ties and what have you, incense, fragrances, things like that. So check it out. Fear Boutique. Also us, Black Cat Horror Podcast.
Oh, also our friends at Gold Mutt Jack. If you have doggos, go to goldmuttjack.com. They have handmade collars, leashes, bandanas, all kinds of stuff, and they're about to open up their first brick and mortar store on Western, on the northwest side of Oklahoma City. Go check that out and order some stuff because it's all very awesome and handmade, and Camille helps make some stuff too.
It's a pleasure and an honor, and I get to hang out with dogs, and that's one of my favorite things ever. So very, very cool. Your turn, Jordan. You go now.
Spooky fragrances is what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
That's a spooky smell.
It's just your pillow.
Yeah. Why is it so salty?
Because it's hot, which is a weird way to say hot. I didn't know.
Yeah. You can also come to the fuck.
We are 12 years old.
Yeah. You can check out anchor.fm/Black Cat Horror Podcast. Is that the whole one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I knew that.
It's all the way in, yeah.
It's all the way in there now. And you can message us there. You can listen to past episodes where we're less giggly and more focused.
Maybe.
No. Yes. I don't know.
Elden Ring.
What?
At some point, you guys will not be playing Elden Ring anymore. And Jordan will have slept. Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
We'll see. Speaking of Elden Ring, also have a podcast of my own called the F&B Sequence, where we do video game movies. Almost said horror movies, but that's not true. So come check out that, and just hit subscribe on that one.
FMV, like fiery magic victory.
Or full motion video.
Nice.
Which is old school cutscenes with live action video games.
Nice.
Fun.
Yeah. Cool. All right. I think that's it.
Did we do it?
Longest outro on the planet.
We'll be seeing you.
All right.
But we always share your bed when we have slumber parties.